What's going on, everybody? So we tried to put together a little basic idea for a bug out bag or a get out of town bag, something really budget, something very simple, cheap tote. And this one, look, I'm holding with one thumb. It's not that heavy. It does have a strap for the top. You can get these even at like secondhand store, like a Salvation Army, a Goodwill, something like that. You can usually find these kinds of things for $5 or something like that. I've gotten a lot of different totes and packs and bags from there. So this is going to be real basic, and there's not a huge amount in the top. I don't know if you can see. Try to save a little extra space. I've got two compartments. That one, I'll show you everything in there. This does have a little tiny space right here on this one, but I didn't even put anything into it. This is socks. I just grabbed some wool socks out of one of my other bags, because just representing the socks, right? So we got socks of some sort. There's plenty of extra room in there for... Now, maybe we should go over what I'm kind of calling this bag, like a 24-hour bag or something like that. If you wanted to put some undergarments in there, if you thought you may have a place to change, or you thought that you may need to change, you could do something like that. Feminine hygiene products maybe on the side, something like that, if you are someone who needs them. But that's all I've put in there, just representing some sort of undergarment or socks. Socks for me is a huge thing. I'm always going to need socks. I put socks in every extra bag. I've actually been purchasing additional socks lately just to have socks just in case. Okay, so we got a full size but not oversized mag light. They work great for a number of things if you need it. Oops, and we turned around. But yeah, this is going to be pretty good to have. A lot of times I even leave one of these in the vehicle, stuff like that. But is it worth the wait? You'll have to go with that. I do have another smaller flashlight in here that you can check out. So flashlight, you've got a way to see. And I only put, these are 20-ounce bottles, but I only put 3 in here. Depending on how far you'll be walking is going to make a big difference if you just had to grab and go. Like I said, this is a budget, smaller, like a mini bug out bag idea. So it's not like an inch bag where I'm never coming home. You know, it's more of like I'm using this to get to where I have to go, and that's it. And by having the extra space, if you find something along the way that you could take or you could use, or if you had something personally that you'd want to put in there extra, that might give you an idea of, oh, look, I got some extra space. So I put a few water bottles in there. Now for my walk, I'd probably need a few more water bottles, and that is what I was thinking. I just had a few sitting here, so I was like, okay, grab 3. You might need 10, and it will get lighter as you walk if you do need 10, but some sort of first aid. And I'm not saying I recommend this exact packaging. This was one of them we had gotten from Walmart, but you can change out anything in them to put for your needs. Ibuprofen, omeprazole, you need whatever you think you might need, or whatever you use, basically. So a little first aid, some sort of toiletry, possibly. You might get sticky hands, it might get wet. You might have to, you might have the poo scared out of you, and you might have to clean that up. See, I'm trying to say these things the nicest way possible. And I had gotten a ton of these, so I've been throwing them in everything lately, trying to use them somewhere. But it's just a drape cloth. Back in, before the $1.25 tree became the $1.25 tree, you could get everything for $1. This is a 9x12. It's nothing huge, but if you had to cover yourself in some sort of a way, it's kind of like a hitting all my 5 C's kind of survival to go along with I need to take a long walk to get somewhere. But this you could use as some sort of a cover, and for the price I couldn't beat it. And of course you're gonna want some sort of a knife. It's just that with a homemade sheath or whatever, just that Cold Steel Bushman. It's a little bit bigger, it could do a little bit more work, so I figured I'd put one a little bit bigger knife in there. And you could always make a spear to defend yourself with, or to hunt food, or whatever you need. But hopefully you don't have to do any of this kind of stuff, because you're running to your spot where you have all your supplies. You're running and you're just trying to get there as quick as you can, basically, without drawing too much attention to yourself. Kind of a little bit of gray man-ish. On this outside pocket, well, I'll probably have to open this up first to take some of this stuff out. I've got a little container in case you need a container. It is single wall, so you can, I have not used this one, but you get the point. You can throw it on the fire and it works. You can boil water or gather berries on, you know, if you're walking through. I'm a berry eating fool, so I'd be picking berries on the way through even if I was trying to go somewhere real quick. As far as carbohydrates, I always have tons of granola bars. And what if your 24-hour trip took too long and it turned out to be 48 hours? That's why, like I said, extra socks and stuff too. And you might want to bring extra water with you. I was debating on putting in a water gathering system or way, like a little Sawyer Mini into this, but it seems like I always put them in the videos. I even bought additional Sawyer Minis to throw in additional bags or to throw into caches or stuff like that. But I was just trying to say it's a grab and go. We don't know what kind of chaos is going on. You might not have time to stop and filter, or might not have time to stop and boil water. We don't know. So I'm saying this is just something easy enough. Each one of these bags have, I think, about 6. I think I counted them. Yeah, 6 in there or something. Doesn't matter how many. How many do you think you're going to need in 24 hours? And I got so many of these. We threw a couple of them salmon packets in there. These are actually pretty good. And they're still good for a few years. So I'm like, throw them in there. And to go along with those carbs, I throw a lot of fish in there. So these were maybe all mustard, but sardines, they're all stuff that you can just, I could just open this bag up and eat it on the walk. I can open one of these cans up and I could eat it on the walk. I could open one of the salmons up. So it doesn't matter, it's not gonna slow me down. I don't have to cook anything. I can just kind of keep going. And right on that side pocket, same difference. I put a few of the herring fillets. Kind of a fish eating dude sometimes. But I mean, you're getting your protein. And you figure that much protein, that's what we just talked about, with that much carbs. I know you're not getting the most efficient packing space out of it, but you're going to have enough that, I mean, you can change it to what you want. You don't need to have granola bars at all. You could have an energy bar or a Cliff bar or something like that. But these are, granola bars are so cheap. $10 or something, 40 of them, 50 of them, 60 of them, depending on where you get them from, that it just kind of makes sense to me, because that way there you have it. You have something that you can eat right away. So that's all those pockets. So this thing's pretty much empty. A little bit on the front here. Even the front pockets got stuff. Oh, so I did put some tinder. It's those wet fires. A couple lighters. A little bit of cordage, nothing crazy. Usually have them all right up here, but some black paracord, so you have cordage. Just in case, I don't know why you need it, but why not? And for redundancy, I threw another one of them bayite rods in there, ferro striking rods. But this is way quicker, way easier. You can use the ferro rod. Oh, inside that sock, I think I had another. But either way, for fire, your combustion. No, one of these. Oh, I did have a smaller knife. One of them Ozark knives. I'm going to start buying these, I think, because they're convenient and you can do small stuff with them. You can use them defensively. They are full tang. I want to say they're like $5 at Walmart or something like that. So the 2 blades, you got one that does a little more work. If you had to, say you get stuck, you never know. Your 24-hour trip could turn into 48 hours or 72 hours. You don't know what's going to happen, so you want to kind of have something. So I do have a smaller light also, instead of just that big mag light. Could always carry backup batteries with that extra space. It depends on what you think you're going to need. And this is very budget. So far I haven't really showed much of anything crazy. That's one of those little rain ponchos. I forget what a little box is, but a little rain poncho for $1 at Walmart or something like that. And then here's one of the military blankets there, emergency blankets. So yeah, I think that's about it for that. So it's nothing really big or too heavy. I'm sure if you added 20 ounces, you're over a pound. But if you added 3 more of these, I mean, if I was going to do anything, I'd probably be adding as many more. If I put anything extra in there, it'd probably be more water. The one hike that I'd have to take from here is a good 30 miles. 3 water bottles. I don't think every 10 miles I'm going to make it on one of those. I'm probably going to need to fill the rest of this bag if I was going to take this bag as a mini bug out bag that's getting me to my spot. So let me know what you guys think. What else would you put in the bag? Throw it down in the comments. This is just budget. It's cheap. It's nothing crazy tactical. It doesn't look like you're going to go somewhere or you're gonna do anything. There was nothing that has to really do with anything tactical. I mean, you could always use any blade for whatever you needed to or something like that, and you could always use a bigger flashlight for something if you had to. But this is just very simple. I mean, $5, $1 a piece. I don't even know where we're up to. 5, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 maybe. Depending on where you get that. 17 plus another, I don't know if those are 15, 20 bucks anymore. The Bayite rods, I think I usually get them in like the 3 packs or something like that for 15 bucks. A couple cheap layers, 2 for $1 at the Dollar Tree. Any kind of tinder. It doesn't have to be this wet fire. I just got this stuff when it was on sale. Ponchos are $1. Emergency blankets are about $1. I think the blade was about $5, something like that. The Bushmans, I think they're around 20, somewhere in there. You know, buy a $5 24 pack or 28 pack, whatever they are, of waters, and you'll have plenty of waters to fit in there. A little bit of paracord, $6 for 50 feet or 100 feet, something like that. This is like a $2 flashlight, $1 drop cloth. This specific first aid kit was $10 or something like that, but you could do anything with that. You could take a Ziploc bag instead of buying something like this. This just had a bunch of really basic stuff in it. That's why I switched it out, and I think even got some medications in there. And the wipes are cheap. Any kind of bottle. I've been getting these bottles for like $1 at the Goodwill and stuff like that. It's nothing crazy, but they work. You can boil your water to make something, and you could always, to lighten this up, even though it would cost a little bit more, but this was a budget video, instead of carrying, you know, this kind of stuff, but I didn't want to stop either. I was thinking of what could I do to keep walking. But you could throw a couple Mountain House in there with some of your extra water, but then you're going to be stopping boiling water. I'm trying to make that 30-mile trip in 10 hours or less. Well, I mean, 3 miles an hour, that's 20 minutes a mile. That's not really hoofing it, but it's kind of walking through pretty steady. But let me know, what do you guys think? Is there something I missed for a real basic setup? Say maybe you were even giving this to a friend who didn't have anything. What would you know, here's a starter pack, man. It cost me $50 or $100 or even less. It's probably less than that. You don't even have to throw in a big mag light, whatever. But if it was just for you to get to where you were going, you're not doing anything else, because when you're there, you're supplied. You already have stuff there. So I didn't want to make it too crazy to like, I gotta fight my way there or anything like that. This is literally just, I'm grabbing this and I'm going. Maybe I'll do another video if anybody wants to see it on more of a tactical style setup or something like that. I might even like doing that, but I just get crazy with too many magazines and extra weapons and stuff. But anyways, okay, so if you like the video, give us a thumbs up. First time here, subscribe if you like what you see, and we'll be back with more. This is a quick, easy, mini bug out budget video for fun. And I hope everybody had a good 4th of July. Happy Independence Day, and we will see you soon. Thanks for watching.